What's up, everyone? So today I'm going to do just a regular on-the-go look when you're trying to look a little cute, but not like you're doing too much, but you still want someone to be like, who is that? You know, just light beat. Just foundation, some concealer, crush your eyebrows, and I don't have any eyelashes, so I always love to put eyelashes on. That's pretty much it. And I always love to end it with a cute lip. Really plain, just lip liner and lip gloss. So first thing first, I usually just put some exfoliant on my lip and just some chapstick to start off with. Carmex, which is why it's extra shiny right now. And then what I do is go in with an eyebrow pencil. The cheapest one at the beauty supply store. I am not picky. Usually the ones right beside the counter. I don't like the pencils because you always have to find a pencil sharpener. So I just get the ones where you can just like roll up, you know. I usually just get that one. So I'll start here. I don't like how thick that looks, so just wipe it off. Easy breezy. Usually, yeah, it's good to start kind of right about here and kind of fill in the tail. See, I don't have any eyebrow in the back or on the tail end, so that's usually what I like to focus on. Any errors is okay because after this I'm gonna go in with concealer and just like fix it up, you know, sharpen it a little bit. I'm gonna make sure I get that arch right so it doesn't look like a check mark. Put that down just a little. Oh, I like that. On to the next. As a tip, I'm more heavy-handed when it comes to the tail end of your eyebrow or of my eyebrow, and I get kind of light-handed right in the base because I don't want the base looking too heavy. If you are heavy-handed kind of at the base, then it's gonna look like box, you know. You want that to happen. So just try to be light-handed there and just like pick, kind of nitpick. But see, I never feel it all the way in right there, ever. You just want like the outlines to really be strong. But just one line at the top, one line at the bottom. And now what I do, now I get this little thing, just a little brush. It has a name, but I cannot think of it. Something, I don't know. I just take it and literally just brush my eyebrows. Because when I do that, it kind of takes the harshness out of that line. Like you can see it right here. See that line? No one wants that. So what you're gonna do is just brush upward and you see the line just fading away. Oh yeah. Okay. Perfect. So now what I'm gonna do is take my concealer, and this is the NYX concealer. It says Studio Photogenic HD. It looks like this. This is the one that I always use. You would have seen it in my last video, and I got number 6.7. Sometimes I use number 7 too. So just take that, open it up, and literally I just outline the eyebrow. I try to be very careful and take my time with this. Boom. And I'm gonna do the same with the other eye. I don't know, y'all, like, this looks crazy. Like, I'm not gonna listen to you, okay? But it's gonna look good in the end. Listen to me. I swear. Now, since that is done, I usually just brush it down all the way down to my eyelid. Now again, no, I am not a professional, but this is just what I do, and I like how it turns out in the end. So if you like how my makeup turns out, then this is how I do it every time. Now, granted, I look crazy right now. Like, this looks crazy, but you just gotta trust the process, boo. Sis, trust the process. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same on the top. We are not striving for perfection. We are striving to just get out the house. I mean, of course you want it to look as good as possible. So I'm telling you, if you do this, it's gonna look good. Or at least I think it's gonna look good. This is how I do it every time. I think I kind of went down too far, but whatever. And you see how this side kind of went down and this side is a little longer. Kind of cut it off a little short right there. It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna fix it. So now I'm just taking my beauty blender brush or sponge, my beauty sponge, and just dabbing it out. Okay, so now do the top. Try to pat it out. I know you might want to smear it, but let's not do that. Let's just pat it. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back in and kind of make that tail exactly how I want it. Okay. Okay, so now we still look crazy. We still have quite a ways to go. So now what I'm gonna do is just take the concealer and put it underneath my eyes. And right now, after this, I'm just gonna kind of speed it up. I might add a voiceover, and whenever I wanna talk, of course, I'm just gonna step right in, just so that y'all can see things as I go. But let me turn my voice off and speed it up because I tend to like to focus on the eyebrows the most. As I mentioned, I'm going to put the concealer underneath my eyes just to take away my dark spots, eliminate those right now. And I'm going to take my wet beauty blender and just pat it out. Once that's done, I'll take the same concealer and put it on my lip and on my chin. Now what I'm going to do is take my Fit Me foundation and just smear it all over my face. Of course, I'm going to be avoiding the areas that I put the highlight on. Well, not really the highlight, but the lighter concealer on. So I'm probably still going to hit my chin just because that's just what I do. And I just dab it on my hand. And right now I'm using a ring light. So if you guys aren't too sure why I even mentioned that, lighting does make a difference when you're putting on your makeup. Of course, that's why people usually ask for samples whenever they go to the stores like Sephora or MAC, wherever you get your makeup from, Ulta. If you want to, don't feel shy to ask for a sample, because their lighting in there isn't gonna look the same as how it'll look when you go outside or when you're in your bathroom putting on makeup. Yeah, so oxidizing is real, and if I could do a video on that as well. But yeah, so I use matte poreless foundation, Fit Me. It looks like that, and the number or the tone that I get is 355. Go ahead and put that in the areas that are not hit with the concealer. And sorry if I'm stringing out my words, guys. Okay, and once it's in those spots, I usually just circle around. Make sure you try to blend it in with your net so that it's not looking like crazy. See, now it's kind of starting to look a little normal. So yeah, don't get too nervous looking ashy, feeling like you're looking ashy when you're putting on the concealer, because you're not even halfway done yet. So don't get scared. Just trust the process, sis. Trust the process, sis. Or fake it till you make it. Okay. So I still have a little more on my hand. I might have put a little too much on, but I see some areas that I didn't hit. I like my nose. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is take the rest of this and put it on my beauty blender. And the only reason why I'm doing this is because sometimes when you're using a brush, if the brush isn't a good brush, I should say, sometimes it could leave streaks. Sometimes it could leave little bristles. So to be safe, if you had wanted to, you could apply your foundation with a beauty blender. I just like to do both, because really the beauty blender to me gives it like a airbrushed finish. Teach his own. But I just like to do this. And y'all, these little brushes right here, like they're not cheap. You can get a small one from Sephora for like $12. I can't even think of where I got this from. I want to say I got it from Sephora, but honestly, this little thing right here could end up being like $19, sometimes $20, $30 for this. But the texture, comparing it to one, like for instance, this one right here is from Dollar General, and it feels totally different. Like, if you can see, I've washed this one. You can, of course, you're supposed to wash your brushes. But I wash it, I soak it in water. Of course, I could do a video on that too. But look at this. I've had these around the same time. I don't use this one anymore, so. But look at how, if it could focus. It's not gonna focus. But you can see the difference. This one looks like it's worn out and flaky and nasty. But I wanted to save this one so I could show y'all. This one right here, if I was to wash this, like, all that'll come off. It does matter, ladies. Brushes, it really does matter. And you don't want your face to have any breakouts from having an old nasty brush or an old nasty sponge. It's disgusting. I tell you. Okay, so that's that. What I'm gonna do next, and this is my favorite part. Oh, I mean, if I can get it on the right side. There we go. This is the Wonder Stick. Sorry, guys. And I just bought a new one because I used my old one up. It's really the best for me. I really like it, and it's not too expensive. I got this for $11.99 at the local beauty supply store. It's NYX, and the shade that I got is the darkest shade that they offered at that beauty supply store. But which one is it? It's deep dark, so that might be the darkest that they offer at NYX. But once I open it up, you'll see that this is how it comes. Cute little stick. On one side, it's the lighter concealer, and on the other side, it is the darker concealer. I tend to just use the darker concealer, and you will see why. This is how it comes out. It's shiny, but it's not gonna come out like gloss on your skin. And what I do, just bring it out just a bit, kind of like lipstick. And you kind of see where your cheekbone is. You kind of want to put it in the pocket, and you don't want to go all the way down, because if you was to go all the way down here, you're gonna look strong face, like, strong face like a man. So you don't want that. Just take it about halfway down. Okay, do the same on this side. Okay. Okay. And also, right around here. Okay. And there really isn't any rhyme or rhythm on how I'm putting it on my forehead, but this to me makes my T-line pop. T-line is boom, boom. So it kind of brings it like a highlight right around here so that you can focus on this. That was a little, I don't know what I was doing, but okay. Now with this, I use my beauty blender again, and you want to kind of push it back. And even with your cheeks, you want to push it back. You don't want to bring it forward, because again, you're going to look strong-faced. So pushing it back, still kind of just dabbing for the most part, but I'm definitely not pushing it forward. And I'm trying to make this tutorial as simple as possible, using as simple words as I can, you know, like I'm speaking to my homegirl, cause y'all sis, you know, you sis. Right? Again, pushing it up, Now, for one of my favorite parts, the nose. I'll take my concealer and I will have a highlight. I like to start mine right about here. Okay. And this is gonna give y'all that, you know, that look. Y'all know what I mean. So I'll take the lighter concealer and put that line there. Now take the darker concealer, the Wonder Stick, and go right into it like that. So essentially it's like you're making 3 lines on your nose. One in the middle and 2 darker lines. Okay, and this is how it's gonna look right now. Crazy. It's looking like I'm pinching my nose right now, right? Fret not, because now you're gonna take your blending brush and just kind of pat it out. They do have smaller blender brushes, and the smaller blender brush, the smaller blending sponge, whatever you want to call this, beauty sponge, beauty blender, whatever you want to call it. They do have smaller ones, and that will work best with the nose. Right now mine is soaking in soap and water, warm water, so that it can get clean. So, but whatever you have will do. This will do. Okay. Now, of course, if you don't want your nose to look as strong, that's fine too. Just take another side of your beauty brush or beauty blender. If I keep saying this wrong, y'all, take your sponge. Shoot, just take the sponge and just dab it. Makes it not as harsh. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Simple, easy, boom, 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 cat, boom, cat. Simple. I'm liking how that looks. So that's that. And now for the fun. This is one of my favorite parts. Your highlighter. And y'all don't judge me because, you know, it's looking a little messy right now, but I mean, it's fine. This is my Becca, Chloe, and Malika highlighter palette. And it's so cute. It's a little too light, but I mean, boom, there it is. And so what I'm gonna do now is I like to take the lightest or the brightest, however you want to word it. It's in the top left if you're holding it facing you, so the top left one. I like to dab that and literally just go on my cheekbone, kind of in a C. And just look at that. Y'all saw I didn't dab but so much. I mean, it's so poppy, you know, like it does the job. This side, same thing. Boom. It's crazy. And now I take my finger in the same highlight and literally get the nose right again. Boom. That's that. And pretty much, you guys, this is it for the concealer portion, or basically the basic face portion. I'll take some more of the same highlight and put on my eyebrow right at the bottom and kind of make it go into the highlight right there. It's like the camera keeps adjusting to the lighting. The highlight is just illuminating the camera and it just doesn't know what to do. The camera is going crazy. I'm so extra. And then boom. Okay. So essentially, guys, that's it. I am going to show you guys the eyeshadow that I do, but I'm just gonna fast forward through that. I just wanted to take my time with the foundation and the concealer so that y'all can kind of see how, you know, the look comes about. Typically what I do is I do my eyeshadow first and then the concealer, but just for this video purpose, I wanted to go in depth with how I do the concealer. So this is the end result with that. I'm gonna do the eyeshadow and of course the eyeliner and eyebrow. I'm gonna fast forward through that though, so just watch and y'all see the finished look. What's up, sis? No, seriously though, this is the finished look. And the colors that I used again for the eyeshadow was brown and tan in La Crown box. So, yep, brown and tan. And I love this little thing. So I didn't do anything extra besides putting on the lashes and the eyeliner. I literally just put on lip liner for the lip. If you want to really do it, hey, pop out that handy dandy lip gloss, 99 cents. And I like the one with the tint of red. On my lips it looks, you know, a little pinky, so put that up there. Good. What's up? Okay, so this is how the end looks. This is how I'm gonna be wearing it, and this is how it looks with the ring light. If I dim it, then that's how it looks, and this is how it really looks. No lighting. This is how you're gonna look when you walk in a party. What's up? Okay, and it's a little lighting. This is probably how you're gonna look on your camera flash. So yeah, all in all, this is my go-to look whenever I'm going to like a brunch or just going on a date. Don't want to do too much. I probably wouldn't put on as much highlighter, but again, when you turn off the lights, it's not so harsh. You really just can't tell that much. So ladies, this is it. I do want to thank you guys for taking the time and looking at my video. If there's any other looks that you want me to do, if you do want me to do the videos about cleaning your brushes and sponges and how I do it, feel free to just put it in my comments. If you want me to do a cut crease look, because that is what I'm trying to perfect right now, just let me know what colors you want me to do, and sis, I got you. Like I said, my skin tone is the 355 Fit Me. What is that? The coconut. So that's my skin tone. If you have a similar skin tone, I know sometimes it's hard for me to find someone with my specific skin tone on YouTube. Just let me know, and of course I will definitely do a video just for you, sis. You melanated queen, you brown sugar boo-boo. I love you, okay? Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and I will be back with another video soon. I will probably be doing a probably a travel vlog soon, because I'm going to the A. You know, that's just what, a skip and a holler from North Carolina. So I'm going to be going to the A for a birthday bash like I did last year. And I'm going to videotape everything. You know, my cousin Man coming. His friend Chris is coming. My bestie Tony coming. Y'all know Tony. She going to be there. And her sister. So it's going to be a good time. And I'm getting lit. Okay? Lit. Okay? So until next time, y'all. Love, peace, Liah.